We've done 16 personalities, we've looked at our moral compasses, we've done the alignment test. What's next? The Enneagram Test. Of course, play along at home. I love seeing the comments saying, I'm lawful good, but I'm also an ENT9. It's great, I love it. I love to take care of people and I'm good at it. I love buying people presents. I like making people happy generally. But when it comes to cleaning poo-poo, I don't know. I tend to trust most people. Yes, it's a problem. I don't get depressed easily, if at all. I mean, I have down days. I'm not clinically depressed. I don't like to say, oh, I get depressed when I'm not clinically depressed. I don't, that's just how I feel about it. Success, prestige, and recognition really matter to me. Prestige, no. I appreciate nice things that people say to me about things that I've worked on. I feel like I'm leaning more towards yes, so I'm just gonna say yes. I plan the next adventure before the current one is finished. No, when I get home from a trip, I just wanna, you can really appreciate being home again, so I like to take that all in. I'm skeptical, suspicious, and doubtful. Can I trust people and be doubtful at the same time? Is that allowed? It's important to me that I be admired by others, and many people do admire me. I think about this a lot with young people that become celebrities and they're on set and they're always told, oh, you're great, you look great today, you sound great, you're acting fantastic, you're a great person. And if they're told that every single day, their ego is going to be ridiculous. Whereas if you could distance yourself from that and take the compliment but not let it affect, I don't know. I think that's very important and cool. I could probably use a little more ambition. Oh god, I know that I want to do something TV and film related, but I don't know exactly. So it's like there's just so much to choose. It's like when you go on Netflix and you want to find something to watch and you just spend an hour looking for something to watch and then you're exhausted. It's like, well, I guess I spent an hour anyway just looking for something to watch. So then you don't watch anything. I feel like there's like a huge variety of things in the film department, so it is a struggle. Well, it's a struggle. It's such a struggle. Poor me. It's hard for me to put my feelings aside even to get a job done. No, I'm great at this. Where I work, people buy loads of like Nazi shit. It's like they could be neo-Nazis, but I'm just like, yes sir, would you like a bag with that? Even though it's frequently irrational, I sometimes worry about whether people are talking behind my back. Yeah, I think about it. I always wonder what people say about me when I'm not in the room. Your happiness and your feelings are your responsibility, not mine. They're not my responsibility, but I mean, if I love someone, then that's my pleasure. I'd volunteer to make your happiness come true. It's probably the soppiest thing I've ever said on this channel, I'm sorry. For better or worse, I compare myself to others to assess how I'm doing. Yes, but then I try to cut off quick. I know a couple of people that are sort of making it into the acting industry, and I look at their account, and then I'm just like, nope, look away. You don't need to see that. You just feel bad about yourself. Personal relationships are by far the most important things in my life. I couldn't live my entire life just like, well, I was a good friend. What did you achieve? Oh, well, I was a good friend, so I don't know. That doesn't fill me with satisfaction. I've really changed since the alignment test video, because I rewatched that to see what I said, and there was a bit about homelessness, and it was like, what would you do if you saw a homeless person? And I said, oh, I'd walk right past them. And that is just the shittest thing. So I've tried to change that. And guys, I'm such a good person. I do things for homeless people. I can't say anything without feeling like I'm attention seeking. When I make videos, it is attention seeking, and I call myself a vain person. But the fact that I mentioned it, does that mean that the good deeds are invalid? That's the conundrum. Or I could just edit this bit out. Fuck knows, I don't know. I'm more loving than most people. When I meet people, I try and treat them like they're my best friend already. I'm a good networker. I know how to make connections. No, it's odd. I treat everyone like they're my best friend. Well, maybe they don't feel the same. I don't know. At the end of a conversation, I don't feel comfortable saying, "Oh yeah, get me on LinkedIn, get me on social media." It doesn't occur to me to ask, and then I guess I've failed in my networking. I come on pretty strong and sometimes intimidate people. Maybe I do, because I'm loud. I go along with what others want unless I have a very strong desire of my own, which I usually don't. Basically. Oh my god. The amount of times I'm asked, what do you want to do today? What do you want to eat today? And I'm like, I don't mind. Just whatever. I really don't mind. And they get annoyed. People are attracted to me because I impress them. I don't think that's the reason. I don't like commitment. Who wants to be locked into something, especially if something better presents itself? Not in everything, but career, yes. So partly, but like in relationship, no. I like commitment in relationship. I see life as a struggle that I intend to win. If you see winning as success and money and cars, I couldn't give less of a shit about the fanciest car. Like, you still got to go 70 miles an hour on the motorway. What's the difference? It's like people that win the lottery. Like, say at my age, at 23, you haven't earned that money. There's no climb. There's no struggle to get where you want to get to. I think maybe if life is a struggle and I intend to win, I don't know. Maybe the struggle is winning. How about that? I'm drawn to emotional intensity and I'm not afraid to explore the depth. I do like a deep conversation. When making a decision, I often ask myself which option will yield the maximum enjoyment. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I like enjoyment. I enjoy it. I am competitive and ambitious, but I do not think of myself as a cutthroat. Yeah. Are you really winning if you put people down to like get where you want to get to? That's the foundation you're building things on. Is that really what you want? I have ambition, but I don't want to kill people. I wouldn't throw someone under the bus to get a promotion. It's just not nice. If I'm not careful, I can get too isolated from others. This definitely happened. Before I had a job and social interaction, I completely forgot how to talk to people. I used to go out on walks on my own, hoping that I'd bump into someone else who was also lonely on a walk, hoping to bump into someone. If you're lonely, I highly recommend getting a job. Not for the money. What do you think you enjoy working at, and do that? Because you need that social interaction, or you're just gonna... Your social skills just rot away. It would be the worst thing to be seen by others as a loser. I mean, I said earlier I want recognition for things, so the opposite is being called a loser. So yeah, I hold a tight rein on my temper. Yes, I usually come home and then release it, or kick a tree or something. No one could ever call me selfish, with an exclamation point. Okay, so we're defensive now. But I can be generous too. I can be both, depending on the thing. Partly, I say partly. I'm more sentimental than others. I don't keep lots of stuff and say, oh, that means a lot because it's old. Nostalgia doesn't really have much of an impact on me. Like, I hate when a brand, Nintendo, just use nostalgia to sell their product. They usually just focus on the positive sides of people, as focusing on the negative traits or events does not help make relationships more harmonious. I can be a dick. I can be an absolute horror. But I can also be nice. Like, everyone could be a dick sometimes, so you shouldn't just look constantly on the dick. Don't always look at the dick. Story of my life, you know what I mean? I accumulate lots of knowledge to counteract my lack of self-confidence. I know I'm not smart. Academically, not at all. Maths? No. I lied about that on my CV. Everyone does, shut up. I think it's weak to back down from confrontation. No, it takes patience and willpower to back down and say, you know what, it's just not worth it. Say it in your head. Say it in your inside voice. I'm pretty tough. Yeah. Others need my assistance much more than I need theirs. Not at all. I always say, like, if you don't know something, just ask. I don't care if it's embarrassing. Like, if I don't know, I'm just going to ask and I need assistance. So there's nothing shameful in that. Change, whether a new job or a new school, makes me more anxious than it does most people. I do feel very anxious when I go to like a new film set and I don't know the layout or where the toilets are or who the people are yet. I hate it. It is important to me that I win the respect of others. Not win, I would automatically respect whoever I'm talking to, but if they just think, oh, you're just my employee, you don't earn as much money as me or something, like, if that means I deserve less respect, then you are not getting mine, son. You ain't getting it tonight. I have a compulsion to do things the right way, even if it's not cost effective. No, cutting corners, I'm all about that. If you can do it on the cheap, why not? How could I have done the end bit of the video any better? Like, you understood there was an anti and we blew it up. Do I need like After Effects to really demonstrate that? No. I generally don't like to stay at one task for very long. I get restless and want to move on to something else. No, the Ginger Doctor Planet break, the whole thing just took so long. I had to dub most of it. My editing software kept crashing because there was just so much stuff, like so complex, that edit. I'd wake up, spend all day like dubbing scenes and then come back. I would not stop, no. I'm not comfortable with self-revelation. No, I like to be kind of open on this if I can be. Like this is the kind of video where I can just sort of be me. The aesthetic of my surroundings is a strong influence on my mood. If I was doing this in like a dungeon, I don't think it'd be as enjoyable. I seldom compromise my principles. What did I say earlier about selling Nazi knives to people? It's fine, buy as many Nazi things as you like. Enjoy remembering the past, even if it's a bit melancholic. I enjoy remembering the past, but I'm not nostalgic. Does that make sense? That makes sense. I'm gonna say yes. Drum roll, please. Okay, I am most likely a type 4. People with this personality type tend to build their identities around their perception of themselves as being somehow different or unique. Is that bad? They are thus self-consciously individualistic. 4s tend to see their difference from others as being both a gift and a curse. A gift because it sets them apart from those they perceive as being somehow common, and a curse as it often seems to separate them from the simpler forms of happiness that others so regularly seem to enjoy. Thus 4s can manage to feel superior to others while also secretly harbouring some degree of longing and envy. My camera's dying. Let me just do this on my phone. 4s are somewhat melancholic in disposition and under stress tend to lapse into depression. Great, I look forward to that. Rather than looking for practical solutions for their difficulties, 4s are prone to fantasizing about a saviour who will rescue them from their unhappiness. Like I was saying about going out for walks when I felt lonely and hoping I'd find someone else who would be the same as me and we could be best friends, and that'd be my salvation. I agree and relate with what all this is saying, but I also feel like attacked. Never before have I been so offended by something I 100% agree with. Now over to you. You do the test. Let me know what you got in the comments. I'm really interested. I love dissecting personalities. It's fun. I love it. Hence 4 videos about it so far. I've been talking for way too long. Have a nice day. Over and out.